All right, hello everyone. Welcome to our first coaching call. So, for this call, I'm going to go over our challenge guide and just talk about a few things before that. But yeah, I'm so excited that you guys are all here for this challenge. I am just so excited for this challenge, as I have already talked about in the welcome video. If you haven't watched that, make sure you do. You don't have to watch these videos. You can listen to them. If that works better for you, plug your headphones in, go for a walk or while you're driving or you're doing chores, or if you have a job that you can listen to that, whatever, just as long as you just take in the information. These calls are very important that you do listen to them, as I will be educating you guys on a lot of things. And like today, right, we're going to talk about the first thing that we're going to be working on is getting our steps in. And I'm going to tell you why that is so important. And when you understand why it's so important to get your steps in, you're going to be more likely to actually do it, right? Same with like your protein. Unless if I was just telling you, like, just get your protein in, sure, you'll do it, but you're not necessarily going to do it until you understand like how important that is. And that's what's going to help you to actually like follow through with doing it. So, yeah, please make sure you listen to these or watch these videos. And if you guys have any questions on them, just post it in the comments, and I will be making a short video reply to answer those questions. Or if it's short enough and easy enough to answer in the comments, I'll just answer it in those. So yeah, we are doing our Align with the New You Spring 21 Day Challenge, and we are using the energy of springtime and the new moon that just happened last Monday, which is a great time energetically to set new intentions and create new habits. And so that's why we're doing this, right? And spring is looked at as the new year energetically because of all the flowers and the plants that are growing and the flowers that are blooming and the animals having their babies and literally bringing new life, into the world. And so this time is very much seen as the new year energetically. And so it's a great time to set some new intentions and create some new habits that will hopefully stick with you forever to create a new lifestyle. Yeah, so what this challenge is about aligning with your most authentic self, your highest self, right? Like losing weight and going on a wellness path is very much about nutrition. It is very much about fitness. Um, but it is also about your mental well-being, your mindset and your spiritual well-being as well. And those play a role. And one of the biggest things that people suffer with is if they don't think they're worthy enough for change, for weight loss, or for creating this new body that they want to live in, they subconsciously will not, be successful. They will kind of throw themselves off from the goals that they have and stuff in a subconscious way. And so that is one thing I want you guys to kind of sit with through this challenge is like, do you feel worthy of this new life and this change and this new body that you want? Because I can tell you that you are worthy. I know we all deal with that issue. I myself deal with it. It's why I gained weight for a long time and sat in a body I was very unhappy with until I really started to work on my inner self and that kind of health there, along with working out and working on my nutrition. And so it is your fucking birthright to feel good in your body. We are not meant to be here to not feel good, to not enjoy our life and love ourselves and who we are. So just remember that. But there are many things in life that will tell us that we're not good enough. And they're false, but they very much get programmed into your subconscious and stuff. And so something to think about through this challenge and just remembering you are worth it. So there's going to be two big themes to this challenge, other than like the aligning with yourself and knowing that you're worth it, is the first one's going to be Consistency. Okay, so this is gonna change your life. We all want to be perfect, and we always want that, but we're never going to be. So throughout this challenge, I want me to be in the back of your head saying, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent, and you just need to do better than you did the day before. Some days that's not gonna happen. Some days you're gonna have a day and you're gonna lay on the couch and you're gonna want to do nothing, and we all need those days. But if you can be consistent 80% of the time, if you can be consistent at least 80% of the time, you will see so much change. So do not expect to be perfect. If you cannot hit some of these goals that we're setting, just do what you can do. That is going to be better than what you used to do. And so that will create change. Okay. So just remember that you don't have to be perfect. You just have to do your best. You just have to be consistent. And then the other theme is to choose yourself. So I work with a lot of women clients, and a lot of them are moms and their wives, and they've been so indoctrinated, and me as well, we all have been as women, to give to everyone else, and that choosing ourselves is selfish, and then it's going to take away from your kids or from your husband and stuff. And so I know that's a really big one. But the reason a lot of us get into these predicaments where we're unhappy in our body, or we're unhealthy, or we have these diseases arising and we're gaining weight, is because we have said no to ourselves and yes to everything else. And like, I used to be there. I totally get this. And once you learn to say yes to yourself, your life will change. So I know can sound selfish, but it's just like putting the oxygen mask on yourself on the plane, right? If you don't put that oxygen mask on yourself, how are you going to help anyone else around you? And so when you start to choose you, you start to take care of your nutrition and your fitness and your mental well-being, and taking time to have your time that you need, that is going to help you to feel better, have more energy, sleep better, feel just so much better mood wise and happier. And when you are magnetic like that from giving to yourself and choosing yourself, then you have so much more to give to the loved ones around you, to your kids, to your partner, to give to your business, to your job. Like, it helps so much. So choosing you is not selfish, it's selfless, and it's going to help to give so much more to those around you. So I want you guys to remember those two themes. Let's choose ourselves. Let's take time and dedicate time to do these things and continue on with them after the challenge, and to stay consistent. And you don't have to be perfect, okay? I don't expect you to be perfect. Not at all, okay? And then, yeah, Jenny has uploaded some beautiful meditations, some guided tapping meditations and sound baths for us to use through this challenge. And I highly recommend that you guys take full advantage of those, because they are a new addition to this challenge, and hopefully will continue to be from here on out. And they are just amazing. She is amazing. Um, Tapping, sound baths, meditating, all that woo-woo stuff that I love so much is so a part of who I am and so a part of my journey. And it is so important, you guys, like bringing you back to yourself, grounding in, coming home to yourself is so important. And if you don't want to look at it like in a woo-woo way, just look at it in like clearing your mind. It's like a mindset reset, right? So yeah, those are uploaded. Please use those to your advantage. Plug your headphones in, ask your partner to watch the kids, go in your room, shut the door. If you're like me, set out your crystals with your candles and stuff, get some sage going in there, all the things. And if not, just plug in your headphones and go listen to them if you don't like that stuff. Whatever's fine, whatever works for you. But yeah, if you can do those on the weekends, like on a Sunday, I love having like a sacred Sunday of just kind of like recharging for the week ahead is a great way to do it. And for some of the like shorter ones, it would be great to do if you can wake up a little earlier for work and just kind of dedicate that to do before work, not every day. Maybe do it once, just try it out. That's such a big thing, is our morning routines really set the tone for the week. And so that will be a great thing for you guys to do is to set that tone for you guys. And it will change your energy, it will change your day, and it will change your life. So, yeah, super excited about those. Thank you, Jenny. You are the best. I love you, dude. Um, and then, yeah, there is a Google Sheets document that I have posted, and in there, there's a bunch of different links to a bunch of different guides that you guys can use. Feel free to use any of those. The challenge guide that I'm about to go over in this coaching call is in there. If you want to print that off, please do print off anything that you want. They should be all good to go to print. If you guys are having any issues, let me know. Oh man, look at my finger, guys. I about sliced my finger off this week, the tip of it. Um, but yeah, if you're having issues printing those out, let me know. There's just a bunch of different stuff in there for you to use. There's some meal planning guides. There's a calendar guide to set your week up. There are some habit trackers. There are meal ideas in there, just some simple ones. You don't have to do those. They're really simple, like single food item stuff. I just wanted to kind of keep them there for you guys if you wanted them. There's a shopping list. There's a few different things. Check it out. There's my protein discount in there if you guys want to get like 20% off your first order. I'm not saying this because I'm affiliated with them. I'm saying this because I fucking love them and I've been using them for over 7 years, recommending them to my clients, and I just became affiliated with them last summer. Best protein out there. Great quality, very clean quality, third party tested, which is what you wanted, which is what you want, which means that it's actually being tested of what they're claiming is in there is actually in there. Supplements are highly underregulated and people can make anything. There's literally been pre-workout with meth in it in the past. That's how easy it is for them to put anything out there. So check that out if you want. It's so tasty. I love the chocolate. It tastes like chocolate milk. Okay, we're going to share the screen here. And I am going to open up the challenge guide. And here we are, align with the new you. Present. There we go. So yeah, align with you, the new you, the 21-day challenge. Here's a little introduction you guys can read on your own. Okay, so challenge rules. I am gonna put my timer on real quick, my phone, just to see how long I'm taking. I totally meant to do that. Okay, so challenge rules. So I'm doing a giveaway. I usually do these, and it's someone can win 5 weeks of free coaching. And these are the rules for you to be eligible to win. You must complete the following. So post a recap of your daily goals at the end of each week in the weekly challenge post thread or daily. I highly recommend doing it daily, actually. I should have that in there like that because that's going to keep you accountable. Okay, so I posted a thread in the Facebook group where you guys are going to post your weekly steps. And there is a video explaining that as well and how you do it. If you can't find the video, let me know in the comments and I'll get you guys tagged in that. So you're going to go in, you're going to comment, and you're just going to say, you can write out your week one steps your daily steps. You can write out your daily steps. You can take a screenshot of your app on your phone of those daily steps. You could take a picture of your watch. You could take a picture of you out walking and just tell us what your steps are. You can do whatever, okay? My challenges are pretty chill. That's how I like to live my life. That's like how I like to teach my clients to live, and that's how I like to do my challenges. So whatever works, I don't care. As long as you guys are doing it, you guys are actually doing these intentions and setting forth and fulfilling what you wanted to do, that's all I care about. And then at the end of week one, show your daily. Yep, I already did that, talked about that. Then we're going to do, let's see, just share your numbers in the thread. Yeah, what I just talked about. So all you have to do is post your numbers, right? Each week you'll post what you're working on. So week one will be steps, two, it'll be posting your protein meals, week three will be posting your water. And complete the end of challenge survey. Okay, so those two things have to be done for you to be entered into the giveaway. Extra points will be given to those that are just posting random pictures throughout this challenge, just randomly throughout the group. It does not have to be in the thread, just in the group. You can post whatever. I just want you guys to be really active in this group, and I want to create a really nice sense of community that will help to motivate others, keep others accountable. So yeah, post pictures of you out walking, eating your protein meal, posting a high protein recipe that you love and what you ate for dinner, you drinking water, or anything else that motivates. So that can be like motivational quotes. I'll be posting some of those throughout, whatever, to just help people stick to doing their intentions. So this is the challenge. Each week there will be something you must complete daily, right? So week one's intention is getting a daily step count of at least 8,000, more if you can, 10,000 for best results, or even more for best results. Now, if you are sitting at a desk job and you're only getting 4,000 steps in a day and you're like, I can't do that, like, that's fine. Okay, this is what I'm going to push you guys for. Like, that's the end goal of where you want to get to in your life, right? But if that is too extreme, girl, it's okay. Just get another 1,000 steps and I don't care. Like, I just want you guys to do a little more. And if you're getting 1,000 steps more in than you did the week before, then that is success right there. Okay. And this is how I work with my clients, honestly. If someone comes to me only getting 2,000 steps in on average, I'm only pushing them to maybe get 3,000 the next week. Because if you were to push all the way to the 10,000 and it was too extreme for you, you might feel like a failure. So if you can push to these steps, let's do it. If not, you are doing just fine at pushing yourself for at least 1,000 more than what you normally do. Okay. Optional but not required for the 3 weeks. We'll be getting a workout in 1 to 3 times a week with the given workouts in this challenge that I'll be going over here soon. And then, but you do not have to do these. Okay. And you don't have to like, you don't have to post on the thread that you did them, but you definitely can and would love to see it. Would love for you guys to take some pictures of you working out. But if you're not wanting to work out, that's okay. All that's required is the 8,000 steps for the first week. Then for the second week is we'll continue with week one steps and add in 3 high protein meals and a protein shake or bar. Again, then that may be too high for some people, so just do the best that you can. And if it's just 2 high protein meals, cool. But for your end goal of the amount of protein that you're going to need to get in to get that body and that health that you want and to feel your best, it is going to require you to eventually in your life get up to 3 high protein meals a day and a shake or a bar. And I promise you that because everyone under consumes in protein. Week three, continue with week one and two, right? So we're continuing with our steps, we're continuing with the protein, and we're drinking half our body weight in water of ounces. Um, Also, you can start with the protein. You can start with the water here. Like, please do. But just know all that needs to be posted and recorded for week one are the steps. And then optional as well, this is going to help you to increase your results would be to sleep 8 hours a night, eat 3 solid high protein meals a day, eat your veggies, and eat lots of fruit with every meal. Okay, so the challenge is that hopefully by the end of week three, you'll be holding strong to these foundational habits. Again, do not expect to be perfect, okay? You're gonna have days where you mess up. What's important is that if you had a bad meal, you messed up, the next one you go on and you do better for the next one. I promise you that will change your life. You do not need to be perfect. You need to be consistent, okay? Just move on. That is the number one thing that changed my life for me. And yeah, it's been such a game changer. Challenge checklist. Week one are steps, right? Participate in the Facebook group, motivate others, all those kinds of things. Week two, continuing with the steps, adding the protein. Week three, continuing with all that and adding in the water. Yeah, coaching calls are pre-recorded. They'll be uploaded every Monday. Again, you don't have to sit down and watch them, but just make sure that you at least listen to them and post any comments that you have. Here are some challenge guides. Okay, so we're going to get into how to get your steps in if you are dealing with some lower step count that you need to get up. So, first of all, getting your steps in will burn more calories in a day than your Peloton ever will. I promise you, unless you're on your Peloton for 2 hours, but who does that? Um, we'll talk about that in the next slide though, but these are some ways to get some more steps in, and that would be parking far away from at like the grocery store or, wherever you may be. That will give you a little more steps, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, walking on your treadmill while you're catching up on a show, or if you're like talking on the phone with a friend at home or a family member, hop on your walking pad or treadmill, like get those steps in. Like you gotta be creative. Getting people that get the 10,000 steps in a day, like they're creative and they're intentionally doing it, right? And thinking about it. If you're gonna meet up with a friend for coffee or even like dinner, like you could grab that coffee and then go get steps in while you're catching up, or have dinner and then while you continue to catch up, go get your steps in. Like weather is good now, summer's coming, right? Sun's staying out later. Like go outside, get your steps in. Walk first thing in the morning, great way to start your day. Walk for 15 minutes after every meal. This is a huge one. Like a lot of people will be like, shit, I gotta get on the treadmill for like an hour so I can get all my steps in. And that's really hard to like digest and like actually do that. Versus if you like hopped on your treadmill like for 10 minutes, like 5 times out of the day throughout the day, or like went outside for a walk for 10 minutes or something. Like breaking it up can be a lot easier. So I highly recommend doing that and start first thing in the morning. That gets the ball rolling. On the weekends, do things outdoors. Take your kids on bike rides, right? And you can walk if you have young kids. Take them to go do stuff at the park. You can walk around, go for hikes. If you're camping, go walk around in the morning before you guys do your activities on your motorcycles or your four-wheelers or side-by-sides, whatever. Like, just get your steps in somehow, right? Being creative, super huge. Okay, this is why getting your steps in will burn more calories than your Peloton will. So, what we have here is something known as your total daily energy expenditure, aka your TDEE. So this is the amount of calories that your body burns in a day, okay? With activity included. So 70% of those calories comes from something known as your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, which is mostly your metabolism, okay? And this thing can lower and this thing can raise a little bit. These numbers can all play and fluctuate a little bit, just depending. But the one way to really raise this and have the fastest BMR is to have muscle on your body. Having muscle speeds up your metabolism. The more muscle you have on your body, the faster your metabolism is, the more you can eat just sitting on the couch, not gaining weight. And that's why I will die on that mountain that strength training is so fucking important. And it is. Muscle, literally, doctors will be prescribing this in the future if they actually care about their patients, is prescribing people to strength train and build muscle. It is the holy grail. So, yep, there's 70% of your calories in a day are burned from your metabolism. The other 15% come from something called your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and that includes your steps. Your steps burn 15% of your total calories burned in a day if you're moving throughout the whole day. This also includes like fidgeting and stuff like that. And so another little thing to like prove to you guys why getting your steps is so important is you know those people that have like ADHD and they like can't sit still and they're like pacing all the time back and forth and they're just always having to do something and just like never sitting still. Like those people are usually never overweight, right? They're usually like skinny, slim people. I know you can picture somebody in your head right now. And that is because everything they're doing, they're fidgeting, they're moving around, they're walking, they're pacing all the time. They're burning so many calories in their NEAT, 15%, like huge. So that's why getting your steps in is so important too. It helps you to lean down. And then here we have the thermic effective feeding. This is 10% of your calories burned in a day come from the digestion of your food. So breaking down your food through the digestion. And the last 5% comes from your exercise activity thermogenesis. That's running, that's Peloton, that's HIIT workouts, all those things is only 5%. It can go up a little bit, you know, depending on like if you're doing it longer and stuff. Obviously, if you're running all day long, you're going to burn a lot of calories, but this is huge. There have been studies done that if you did not get at least like 8,000 steps in a day and you did a workout, like those calories from your workout don't even matter anymore because of the lack of steps you got in. Okay, protein ideas. We're not going to talk about those just yet because yeah, we are not working on that yet, but please do, if you want to, get your protein in. It is so important to start it now. So, okay, workouts. So for best results, you'd want to do these 3 to 4 times a week. I'm just pushing you to do 1 to 3 times a week if you feel called to. Again, you don't have to do these workouts if you don't want to. Um, these are to be alternated with rest days in between for recovery. Recovery is really important with strength training. People don't realize how taxing lifting when you get to like lifting optimal weight, how taxing it is on your central nervous system. And so you want to have days in between for recovery. So like you go in on a Monday, right? This is how this is designed for you to do these workouts. Week one, you would do Monday workout A, which you'll see what workout A is and workout B here in just a minute. Tuesday, you would rest. Wednesday, workout B. Thursday, rest. Friday, workout A. You could do it like that. You could do Monday, Wednesday, or Saturday, right? Um, kind of thing. And then week two, you would alternate. You would start with B, then A, then B. The reason you want your rest days in between is because this day, you're ripping your muscles apart. That's literally what you're doing. Then come Tuesday, this is where those muscles are repairing and rebuilding. And that's where you are recovering those muscles and building them. And that's what's going to give you those nice toned muscles that you want, that nice toned looking body, right? So muscle is so important. Toning is technically not a real thing. Lean muscle is technically not a real thing, and you will see me using that as a marketing thing. It is not technically a real thing. You just build muscle or you lose it. Okay, there's no like toning, but that muscle is what gives you the toned look that everyone wants. And then when you lose the fat on top of it, that fat comes off, and then that muscle really starts to pop, and that's what gives you that toned look. So yeah, the people that say they're going to get all big and bulky, like not true. They just have too much fat on their body on top of that muscle. They just need to lean down more. Or there are people that are on, like steroids and stuff that make them look big. There are like a 10% like out there. I'd say probably even like 5% rare genetics out there that would get a little bulky, but they just have a lot of testosterone in their body for women. Then you want to rest. The rest time between your sets is supposed to be at least a minute 30, so ignore the one. And this is a dumbbell version, this workout, but if you need the barbell one, just let me know and I'll send it to you. Okay, so here are our workouts, right? So a set, we'd have 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. If you don't know what a set is like, okay, I'm gonna do some dumbbell squats. You do it 8 to 12 times, right there, the reps, and then you would rest for the minute 30, and then you would do another cycle of that, and that would be set 2 and then set 3, right? So rest periods are so important. And you don't do this through like a circuit. You would do your dumbbell squats until you're done, and then you would go into the Romanian deadlifts with those rests in between each set. Um, if you guys don't know how to do any of these, and I highly recommend that you do this, and that is you YouTube Mind Pump and like dumbbell squats if you don't know how to do that. Mind Pump, dumbbell, rear delt, flies, things like that. I'm also going to add in here, I should have added in the guide. I will add it in actually after this for the printout, but do hip thrusts. 3 sets of 8 to 12 hip thrusts as well in here. And if this is too much, you can shorten it down, right? You could do a little less. I don't know why I don't have the hip thrusts in here. I meant to. So yeah, check these out. They're great. And I would highly recommend doing your work. Actually, just do your workouts whenever you can. That doesn't matter as long as you guys are doing them. So yeah, the most important thing here is yes, we want to get to lifting heavy weights, but you need to get your form down. Form is so important, okay? That's how we don't injure ourselves. And a lot of people will end up doing that. And another reason it's so important is because that's how you're going to get the most bang for your buck. That's how you are connecting to that muscle that you're wanting to build. So you're going to be building more muscle if you're having proper form. Don't do these moves fast and sloppy. You will see people just like going through. I don't know if you guys can see me right now because I can't see myself on Zoom, but hopefully you can. Don't be just swinging through your bicep curls. Like nice and steady. Okay, nice and steady is going to build more muscle because there's that time under tension where you're lowering your bicep. If you're doing it slow and steady, that's time right there under tension of when you're lowering it. And that's how you build more muscle and you will feel more a burn. Like those people that are like doing bikini competitions, they've got the time under tension down because that's what's really building that nice look that they want. So yeah, don't do these fast and sloppy. If you guys want, please post videos of you working out. You can send them to me too. If you don't feel comfortable doing that and you want a form check, would love to help you out there. Keep track of your weights and reps and sets so that when you come back to the next workout, you know what you need to beat. So like tracking what weight you used, right? And how many reps and sets that you did last time. And then next workout, like then you know what you need to beat. And this is another very important thing that people don't realize how important this is. Like this is why you want to be going in um sorry, this is people don't realize how important this is because like if they don't track it, they don't know what they're doing. They're just winging it versus having an actual plan and knowing like what you did last time to try to get better and better every time. That's called hypertrophy and that's getting stronger in the gym. And that the stronger you're getting, the more muscle you're building, the faster your metabolism, the better you're going to look. Also, like this is a well-designed workout program that you could do for like 6 weeks. And then after that, you would want to like phase into it something else. But the reason there's a lot of people that go to the gym and they don't have much much change, much results is because they don't have a well-designed program and they're just winging it and they're going in there and doing random things. The boring stuff is what gets work, gets results. So do this over time. Build, get better, get stronger, practice these lifts, and you will start to see some change. Pro tip, yeah, I track my stuff. I use it in my notes on my phone. That's easiest for me, but you can use whatever. You can put it on paper, anything. Again, if you're unsure how to do a move, look up Mind Pump. Like I said, these guys are the shit. They know their shit. I've had a lot of education by them, and they have been in the fitness industry for like almost 30 years. Okay, hydration, we are not going to talk about today. But yeah, I think that is about it. This is where normally on a live call I would be asking if you guys had any questions. Let's see, how do I start this? Sure, there we go. So, yeah. That is our first coaching call. You guys can now ask any questions in the comments. Please do. Please take full advantage of these 3 weeks. Ask away anything that you are curious about. There's no such thing as a silly question. And if it's something you just don't feel comfortable about, like posting in the comments, feel free to message me. But if it is something, I highly encourage you to post it because somebody else may be wondering the same thing, or it just may be a great thing for someone to read, the answer back that I give you. But yeah, depending on the questions that I get, I'll either do a reply video or I'll put it in the comments. So yeah, so this week we are working on getting our steps in and some workouts if you guys want to do those workouts. Again, you don't have to be perfect. You just got to push yourself out of your comfort zone to see some more success. But if you do push yourself to get to the 10,000 steps in a day, and the protein, and the water, and the workouts, and you're pushing yourself to do all those things for these 3 weeks, you will definitely see some results. I've had a lot of clients, lose around 5 to 10 pounds. A lot of clients, sorry, a lot of participants for the challenge. And then, yeah, make sure that you're checking out those guided tapping meditations and the sound baths. They're so special and they will just make your week that more awesome. So, yeah, I think that's it, guys. Hopefully, I talked about everything. Yeah, how to post the steps, I think is the only thing. There's that video that you'll watch, and there'll be a feed, a thread feed that has a picture of steps. That's where you're going to go in. You're going to click comment, and you can go day 1 steps, write it out, put a picture, whatever it is. And then when you come in the next day, you'll hit reply on your comment, okay? There's a video explaining this, but I'm explaining it again. You'll hit reply under your last post to keep all of your stuff organized. And that's gonna help me with like finding a winner from the challenge because if your stuff is all over the place, that could lessen your chances of winning because I may not see it. And it just organizes things and just makes things a lot easier. So please make sure you do that. Highly recommend post your stuff daily. Don't be posting at the end of the week. You can, you definitely can. Um, but it'll just keep you more accountable doing it daily. And then if you, for some reason, like, I don't know, wanted to start 2 days later, 3 days later, that's fine. I don't care. This challenge will stay open for a couple weeks so people can be doing it later and coming in later, right? Kind of thing. I just want to help you guys change and have some success and feel great in your body. So, yep, it's your fucking birthright. Let's do this. Happy first week of the challenge, my beautiful souls. Thank you so much again. It means the world, and I will see you guys on the next one. Okay, bye.